Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this episode, I'll go through the origin of Asclepius from Greek mythology. You know, the guy with the serpent staff. Asclepius in the Greek is the Greek god of medicine and healing. His primary attribute or item of power was the rod of Asclepius, a staff with a single snake coiled around it. And it's no secret that Asclepius is one of the most famous characters origin from the Milky Way center. So let's take a look at it. Asclepius is mainly described by the striped shadow and the disc. So this is his head, so to speak, and his body. But this is the main part where the aspects is surrounding around. And the Asclepius staff with the entwined serpent is of course the striped shadow here. This is the staff. And here we got the coiled serpent. It's the stripes in the striped shadow. So here we got it. This is his staff, the famous staff of medicine. Okay, let's go through some key myth just to back up my little theory here. Asclepius' mother gave birth to her son on Mount Titian. Titian. So there it was, Titian. The mother with the pregnant belly is of course the grey shadow right to the disc, and the belly is the striped shadow. Let's start visualizing that. The mother here is the female shadow. And this time I will do it like this, because the crescent here is the womb of the mother. Yeah. So she is pregnant, and let's see who's inside. But first, let's draw the mountain, because the Mount Titian is of course the Milky Way center here. And just to let you know, the Mount Titian means the mountain of the nipples, the mountain of the breasts. And if we look at the Milky Way center here, it basically looks like a giant breast. This is the breast, just following the shadows. And here you got, the outer part, and then you got the nipple here, so to speak. And it's not even funny, that's the real deal from the myth. It's the Mount Titties. And inside the great mountain here, we also got the milk, which is of course the whitish area up here, the lake of milk. Okay, but let's go back to Asclepius here, because Asclepius is born in the temple of Apollo. Okay, so let's take a look at the temple of Apollo. The temple of Apollo in Delphi is the same mountain, and the temple entrance is the striped shadow. So here we got the mountain again, and there are entrance is the striped shadow here, because that's the gate, always the gate and the entrance to the mountain or to the cave or the inner temple, and you name it. So here is Asclepius born. And yes, he's lying right here. So, and let's go on with some more key aspects here. Because a farmer discovers the abandoned child on the hillside because lightning flashed from the child. Okay, so we have to make the hillside here. And here we got the little Asclepius. And he's flashing as a lightning, because the striped shadow here is the mythological lightning. Also the thunderbolt of Zeus and the Thor from Norse mythology, and yeah, all of them. And the light flash, the flashing light, is of course the light emanating from the disk in the Milky Way center, the spirit light emanating and runs through the body of Asclepius, and then the farmer finds him on the hillside. And let's move on. The child got milk from the goat of the mountain and was protected by the shepherd's watchdog. The goat, first of all, is the entire Milky Way center. I'll make the goat head here. And the eye of the goat is like here. And then we can make it like a full body, or make the horn here. It depends on which model you like, but it could also be got the ram's horn. So there's more models, but this is the goat in the sky, and it's almost it's always the goat head. That's the most important. But here you got the goat, and the abandoned child is, of course, the disc and the swaddling cloth here, the little child, and the lightning here. And then the goat milk is the milky white area above the disc. So let's find the milk. It's here. This is the milk from the goat. And then the shepherd got 2 dogs, which are the twin stripes here in the striped shadow. Here we got the 2 twin dogs. They always plays the role as the dogs with 2 heads or 3 heads, or guarding dogs, and it even got red eyes here, one of them. So this is the 2 dogs standing here. Maybe I can mute it so you can imagine. Here they are standing. This is also the goats of pulling Thor's chariot in Norse mythology. Okay. And Apollo removed the child from the womb before it was engulfed in flames. So let's see. Apollo removed the Asclepius child from the womb. The womb, of course, is the area surrounding the disc. I already show you, but we'll take it one more. This is basically the womb of the lady. And the child is, again, the striped shadow here. And he lies in the womb, of course. And then we got all the flames. So Apollo must save the child from all the flames from the flaming disk in the Milky Way center, and all the disk light running through the body of Asclepius. And that's, of course, the spirit light from the golden disk. We move on, because a snake licks Asclepius' ear, and it licks it clean, so to speak, and teaches him secret knowledge. So we got a serpent licking the ear and teaching secret knowledge. And of course, the ear is the Milky Way center. It plays the role as the ear in many myths. And we can do like this, the ear. This is the ear, and this is the inner ear here. And then we got the serpent. And you already know where to find the serpent here. You know, licking the ear. And the serpent is also good to teach the secrets, because, you know, this is just a metaphor for what I just said. Okay. And Asclepius learns the secret of keeping death at bay after he sees the snake, or a snake, bringing healing herbs to another snake. And first of all, keep death at bay. The disk in the Milky Way center is always the bay of the sea above here. And then we got the two fighting serpents. But before I draw them, let's draw the herbs, because the stripes here in the striped shadow is the herbs. And then it doesn't take much imagination to find the two intertwined serpents here, which is also the striped shadow. So here we got it. And the herbs are also the striped shadow here. And the healing effect, of course, is, you know, they reach up to the golden disc light here, you know. And from the herbs, they teach him to, they give him the spirit for enlightenment. So, and a new text here states, to prevent Asclepius from creating immortality, he is killed by Zeus, or Jupiter in Roman mythology. He's killed by Zeus' thunderbolt and placed in the sky as the constellation Ophiuchus. And as I already told you, Zeus' thunderbolt is, of course, the striped shadow here, emanating from the power disk, the lightning thunderbolt. And then he's turned to constellation Ophiuchus. And the constellation Ophiuchus is also known as the serpent bearer, because he's bearing a serpent, serpent's cauda and serpent's caput. And it is unique for being the only constellation touching the disk in the Milky Way center with its 1 foot. The medicine man who heals with the golden spirit from the Milky Way center. That's the only constellation touching the disk in the Milky Way center, because he's the medicine man, of course. And his foot is standing like stars like this, and let me try to see if I can remember it. I think it's something like that. And then he stands up here and got a roof, and then he hold the serpent like this. But this is the main spot, and there's a reason why Ophiuchus is touching the disc, because he's the healing man. He's also, someone thinks he's the 13 constellation in the zodiac, but he's not. He's standing between let me think. I think it's Scorpio and Virgo. So, but that's the story. He brings medicine into the mortal world. So that's why he's standing there. Okay, that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Until next video, take care. Bye.